Good bass on the tiny glide. I'm throwing my version that has the weighted lead wire on the front treble. I just was casting it out with the wind and walking it back, and that thing plowed it. That is a beauty of a little panfish on the 2-inch Bellows Gill. Don't get me wrong, these aren't huge fish by any means, but this is still a lot of fun to me. Oh guys, got a good bass. Good bass on the tiny glide. Coming out of the weeds. That was sick. Heck yeah. Let's go beach ourselves. Y'all, so that didn't take long. Got the first little bass on the Era tiny glide. I'm throwing my version that has the weighted lead wire on the front treble. It's rained quite a bit. This pond is normally very clear, and it's definitely no secret where I'm at. This is one of the closest ponds to where I live, and it gets hammered with bank and kayak fishermen all the time, but I wanted to see if I could still come out here and catch some fish. So we'll see how we do this afternoon. This is just a Friday after I got done with working. Guys, didn't have the camera rolling, but I just caught this really nice one. I looked down, didn't have the button going, and there is decent bass in here. Just caught one on the tiny glide, and I didn't have my camera rolling because I shut it off after the last fish catch and forgot to turn it back on. But that is a nice, long, mature bass. I will take that one any day. That is awesome. I just was casting it out with the wind and walking it back, and that thing plowed it. So much fun to throw that weighted small glide bait. It still gets a ton of fishing pressure, so these fish see a lot of different baits, and I guarantee you they've never seen a tiny glide bait before. Got something. What is it? Tiny little crappie, guys, underneath of this bridge on the Bellows Gill. That is a very small crappie. Still welcome. Y'all, in this spot takes me back quite a bit because this is one of the first places when we moved down in 2017 to Texas that I fished. I would take my hard paddle board at the time, and I would come out literally to this spot where this railroad bridge is, and I would just sit here and catch little, you know, sunfish and bluegill and some little bass on like a little curly-tailed grub on an ultralight spinning rod. And it used to help me relax, and it was a really good time. And it's good to see that this place is still upkept pretty well. Unfortunately, the water is really murky now. It used to be very, very clear before they started tearing all of that ground up to put in housing developments over there and on this side of the creek. Got one, guys. That might be a bass. Oh, is that a nice crappie? Heck yeah, it's a nice crappie. That is sweet. Under the bridge. All right. On the 2-inch Bellows Gill. So there's fish number 5, guys. Little white crappie under the bridge on the Bellows Gill and flashback mini combo. I didn't tell y'all either, but I've got one rod and reel on me, and that's it today. I've got my Sioux Dark Wolf with 6-pound fluoro on a Cast King Kestrel 6'9" light action BFS casting rod. It can do a lot of things. It's kind of more of a mod fast action. I feel confident throwing bottom baits and treble baits on it, and it is a 3-piece, so it'll fit in the trunk of your car really easy too. And that's what I came in right after work was my Camry. So had all of this tucked away in the back corner of the trunk, rolled it out, pumped it up, and we're fishing. Didn't have it rolling because I literally just like casted. I caught another crappie right there on that corner. Pretty much same size as the last one, maybe a little bit smaller. Little white crappie on the Bellows Gill. I cast it under that overhanging limb right there, and he smacked it. Got him, whatever that is. Is that another crappie? Yep. I can't believe there's that many crappie in this creek, guys. He choked it. Another little white crappie. Got one. Oh, that's pretty. What is that? Oh, it's a sunfish. Heck yeah. A long ear. They're always so pretty, guys. That is gorgeous. I'll try to get in some decent lighting so you can see him. Oh, look at the colors on him. Orange, turquoise. That is a beauty of a little panfish. Really, really good looking little long ear sunfish there. On the 2-inch Bellows Gill. In my opinion, that's one of the prettiest sunfish in Texas right there. That long ear sunfish. Got one, guys. Oh, it's a bass on the Bellows Gill. Heck yeah. Under the bridge. All right. They're loaded on that corner, guys. I'm getting pecked at by sunfish, and then this guy just stopped it, and I was like, well, that's not a sunfish. There's another bass for us. Not big, but we'll take him. Y'all know that I'm not picky. You know, it's not all that common, guys, that you look back on a situation or a fishing spot that you may have thought was good several years ago, and then when you go back, you're just kind of like, what happened? Well, this is exactly like I remember. It's loaded with little fish, and I'm having a really good time after work just plucking these things out from under the bridge on that little Bellows Gill. Got one, guys. Feels decent too. Is that a crappie again? Oh yeah, heck yeah, another nice one. That is the cool part about this bait, guys, is I can fish it vertically and catch crappie, or I can fish it horizontally and cover water. It is a really, really versatile bait, and I'm telling you, they get a bad rap for not having very good durability, but when you use the small ones on Finesse gear, that is still the same Bellows Gill that I've used for like 2 or 3 trips now without a bait keeper on that hook, which is surprising. And y'all, it always seems like some of my most spur of the moment trips, like stuff that I just throw together the night before and just kind of go out and do for a few hours, end up turning into some of the most fun, productive trips that I take. Don't get me wrong, these aren't huge fish by any means, but this is still a lot of fun to me. Whoa, got one right when I cast it in, guys. Is that a bluegill? There's another species. That's just a bluegill, guys. We are ripping the multi-species today. Or is that a bluegill? No, that's a green sunfish. It's either a green sunfish or a hybrid. It's a hybrid of some kind, because he's kind of got more bluegill lips, but he still has the fins on the bottom especially look like a green sunfish. That is a cross between a green sunfish and a bluegill right there, guys. That little spot, it's treating us good. got him. Another crappie, guys. I changed angles on them and they're still willing to bite. Ripping the panfish today, guys, with some bass sprinkled in. Oh guys, what the heck is that? Black crappie on the stump. What? This thing just came off of that stick. Thought I was snagged. Another one. I missed a bass back there. I saw him as I was paddling that way. Like, I knew he was around fry, so I kind of casted in that area on the way back. And I was trying to fight the wind, and he bit when I didn't have two hands on the rod, so I couldn't set the hook. It was a nice, probably 2 to 3 pound bass, but that makes up for it. That's a nice little black crappie off of that laydown out in the middle of the lake too. There we go, guys. We got black crappie, white crappie, sunfish, bluegill, bass. Tons of species today. Well, boys, I've been here about 2.5 hours. I can't say this is a great pond, but there's definitely fish in here. But I did catch a ton of panfish today, guys, and I can't say that I didn't have fun. And this is a really pretty spot. And given the fact that it's in the middle of the city and it's this scenic, I can't complain. But if y'all enjoyed this one, leave a like for me. Please consider subscribing if you haven't yet, guys. Always talk with me down in the comments below. Check out the playlist that I leave in the pinned comment, and check out all the links to gear, stickers, and discount codes in the description above. Please share this with a finesse loving friend. But other than that, y'all take her easy, and we'll catch you on the next one. Orange, turquoise. That is a beauty of a little panfish. Really, really good looking little long ear sunfish there. On the 2-inch Bellows Gill.